This city should not exist. Not here, not at this time, not with this level of intelligence. And yet, it did. Long before Rome, before Greece, before China, before even the pyramids finished rising from the sand. There was a city, silent, buried, forgotten. Its name was Mohenjo-Daro. They told you humans were primitive. They told you early civilizations lived in chaos. But Mohenjo-Daro does not look primitive. It looks calculated, measured, planned, like someone already knew what cities would become. Thousands of years in the future. Perfect straight roads, covered underground drains, indoor bathrooms, fresh water wells inside homes. 5,000 years ago, Rome did this 3,000 years later. So the question is not how advanced Rome was. The real question is, how was Mohenjo-Daro already there? This city appears suddenly in history. No slow evolution, no primitive phase, no trial and error. It arrives fully engineered, as if it was downloaded into the past. Every brick is the same size. Every street follows the same grid. Every drain slopes with perfect water flow angles. Even modern engineers admire this design. And then, it vanishes. No war, no invasion, no ruins of destruction, just abandonment. Skeletons were found lying in the streets. Not buried, not burned, just dropped, like time itself stopped. And then there is the Forbidden Zone. Parts of the city show melted stone, fused bricks, glass-like remains. That requires temperatures hotter than volcanic lava. Much hotter. Ancient Indian texts describe a weapon. A beam brighter than 1,000 suns. Cities turning to ash, hair falling, skin burning. Those are not poetic words. Those are nuclear symptoms. So what hit Mohenjo-Daro? And why did the knowledge disappear with it? Because what you are seeing is not the beginning of civilization. It is the remains of something that already collapsed. And Mohenjo-Daro is the first warning. Mohenjo-Daro was not a settlement. It was a system designed to control water, health, and survival. In a time when most humans still struggled to store rainwater, Mohenjo-Daro had a fully integrated citywide plumbing network. Covered drains ran beneath every major road. Side drains connected every home. Inspection holes allowed maintenance. This is not accidental design. This is professional engineering. Every house had a private bathroom. Let that sink in. Private toilets. 5,000 years ago, even medieval kings did not have this. And yet Mohenjo-Daro gave it to everyone. No palace of kings, no royal tombs, no giant statues of rulers. This city was not ruled by tyrants. It was ruled by planning, by order, by intelligence. The Great Bath stands at the heart of the city. A massive public pool lined with bitumen waterproofing. Perfect drainage, perfect slope angles, perfect filtration. This was not decoration. It was sanitation science. A health system built thousands of years before germ theory existed. This city knew something about disease prevention that the rest of the ancient world would forget for millennia. But something strange appears when researchers analyze Mohenjo-Daro deeper. There are no grand temples, no palaces, no kings, no monuments to power, which raises a disturbing question. Who governed this city? Who designed it? Who enforced its systems? And why did they leave no trace of themselves? The bricks of Mohenjo-Daro were standardized. Exact same measurements, same firing temperatures, same structural strength, which means there were regulations. There was quality control. There were building codes. 5,000 years ago, civilization did not slowly invent this. It arrived already perfected. Mohenjo-Daro does not feel like a beginning. It feels like a continuation, like knowledge passed down from a previous age. And then, it disappears, not destroyed, just abandoned, as if everyone left at once. There is a part of Mohenjo-Daro that modern maps do not highlight. A silent zone, an area where the ruins look different. The bricks are darker, some are partially melted, some are fused together. Stone that should crumble looks like it was exposed to extreme heat, not fire, not lava, but something far hotter. Scientists call it anomalous vitrification, which means the stone was once hot enough to turn into glass. That kind of heat does not come from burning buildings. It comes from energy releases that modern weapons create. Then there are the skeletons. Bodies found collapsed on streets, hands covering faces. No burial, no ceremony, no wounds, as if death came instantly. And then, silence. Ancient Indian texts describe a weapon that ended a great city. A single blast brighter than 1,000 suns. A pillar of fire rising to the sky. People collapsing, hair falling out, skin burning. Those are not poetic metaphors. They are radiation symptoms, thousands of years before modern science gave them names. Why would ancient texts describe nuclear-level destruction? Unless someone had already seen it? Unless something similar had already happened? What if Mohenjo-Daro was not destroyed by nature? What if it was ended by technology? And what if that technology belonged to a civilization older than history itself? This city was not the first. It was one of the last, and its disappearance was a warning. Mohenjo-Daro did not grow slowly. It did not crawl its way into existence. It appeared already organized, already engineered, already perfected, which suggests something disturbing. This city was not the beginning of civilization. It was the continuation of something older, something that already knew how cities should be built. Every street aligns with mathematical precision. Every drain follows calculated flow paths. Every brick fits standardized dimensions. This is not tribal architecture. This is system design, civilization planning. There are no royal palaces, no monuments to kings, no pyramids of power. Which means Mohenjo-Daro was not ruled by fear. It was ruled by structure, by knowledge, by systems. A civilization that prioritized health, sanitation, and order over dominance. So why was it erased? Why does history jump forward, skipping over an entire advanced era? Because if Mohenjo-Daro existed, then modern civilization is not the first. And that idea threatens the story of progress. Mohenjo-Daro may not have fallen. It may have been shut down, abandoned deliberately, to protect something, or to escape something. The knowledge vanished. The system stopped. The city went silent. And history moved on, pretending it never happened. But the ruins remain. And now, artificial intelligence brings the city back. Not as legend, but as proof. Mohenjo-Daro was not primitive. It was engineered. And it was erased. History says civilization slowly climbed upward. But Mohenjo-Daro proves something else. Civilization once stood far higher, and then collapsed. This city did not build itself. It was designed, engineered, calculated, and then abandoned. Not because it failed, but because something happened. Something powerful enough to end an entire system of knowledge. Mohenjo-Daro was not a slum of mud huts. It was a planned metropolis. With sanitation, public health, urban zoning, drainage, water control, and private homes. All before modern science. All before electricity. All before steel. Which means, the past was not ignorant. It was erased. Every brick that still stands is a warning. A reminder that progress is not permanent. That civilizations can rise and vanish. And that knowledge can disappear. Now artificial intelligence reconstructs what time tried to bury. We see the streets again, the baths, the drains, the grid. We walk the city that history forgot. Not as myth, but as evidence. Mohenjo-Daro is not a ruin. It is a message carved into stone, a warning written in brick, a reminder left by a civilization that once knew more than we remember. This city should not exist, but it does. And now, you have seen it.